Oh, hey, Mo. How are you? Whatever. I'm just gonna lose the clip. I'm doing good. Rained out. We have flooding here, flash flooding, but it's all good. We have flash flooding and no petrol in the bowsers around here, so that's nice. Baba Uriel. You know what? I take that as a massive compliment. I'll roll with that. Honestly, it's been so nice wearing this while reading. I hate that roll wasn't. I've stopped doing it for ages. Hey!
Oh, well, hi there.
Oh, hey!
How are you?
I'm doing good.
That's good.
Doing very good. How about you?
Not too bad. My clock was like 2 hours behind for no reason at all. And so I was like, oh yeah, I'll get up at 11. It was 2 p.m. I was out of bed and I was like, who the fuck am I? What is going on?
That's giving Spirit playing a trick on you because you need to rest.
Truly, honestly, I'm like just coming out of a flare up. But I'm, instead of like easing back into it, I just full speed ahead. Like, okay, now I'm going to the city. And Spirit's probably like, what the fuck? Dude,
Bitch,
that's not.
sit down.
Sit down, relax. That's actually not. Just because you're coming out of a flare up doesn't mean you get to just be full speed ahead, bestie.
Literally.
And I'm like, yeah, you right. So that was kind of funny. But so I haven't done much today, which is good.
Well, I'm
Oh,
glad
wait,
to hear it. That you're. Are you feeling rejuvenated at least?
Um, yeah, like brain wise, yes.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
That
That's
is good.
half the battle.
It is, truly.
I I really want to get a Vedic astrology chart done.
Yes.
I really want to get one done because I just want to be roasted in Sanskrit.
Yo. That's so real.
Go to Monica. You'll have to send me her because
Fun.
I don't know.
I have tea.
I love that cup. Get out. That is
Isn't it
so cute.
beautiful?
Oh, Guru Grit. Yes.
It is. My bestie got it for my birthday a couple years ago because it's green. It has orange slices. I love orange slices. They're like aesthetically the most beautiful thing ever. This is one of my favorite color combos. It's my
Literally every
favorite
time
color.
I see an orange, I think of you.
That's so sweet. I love oranges so much. They're just the best, and this is just the most perfect. And it comes with like the proper strainer because it's a T2 one with like the little lid.
How
So
cute.
it's my favorite thing ever. I love it so much.
I love that.
I
That's
need
so,
my oranges.
so cute.
What are my
You and your
oranges?
oranges.
I got
What's
a
your little
little
fixation? What's your special interest? Orange.
oranges. A little orange.
Oh, I love it.
Really cute. And this one has a little spider, you know, the other hyperfixation.
How gorgeous is Miss Buttons Vintage or Miss Vintage Buttons Spider?
Literally, I've been just obsessed with their content, and I'm like, I think my like beading thing is going to be revitalized because I already
Right.
love embroidery, but like I'm a bit intimidated by beading because it's a bit of a different world. But like I can feel it coming. I feel it
What if
coming.
you combine embroidery with chains?
Right? It would be so pretty.
That
I'm
would slap.
I'm currently working on a little drop of iron-on patches
I was literally
of
about to
some
say that. You
sigils.
need to be
Yes!
iron on patches with beads
I'm partway
and
through
chains.
that, which is really exciting.
I'm
Yes.
psychic, I must be.
Hell yeah.
But I adore that so much.
It's really
I really
exciting.
want the like Mardi Gras army lapels that are like over the top extravagant.
Yes. That's
I
so
really want
good.
that. Do you know the book Miss Honey's Hat?
No.
It's like a kid's book, and it's about Miss Honey. She's this old lady, and different creatures and people will find things that they like on her hat that she wears everywhere and take it because they need it, and then replace it with something random. So, like a spider takes lace and gives her an old web, and then comes to the end of the book, and she's like, her hat's completely different, and it like is not wearable, but that's the type of thing that I want on my lapels.
I'm obsessed with that. It's like handing out candy at a rave, except like everyday and whimsical. And like, oh my God,
Literally,
I love. And like crowcore trinket, like
100%. And like a cow takes one of the buttercups that she had in her hat and replaces it with a bell. And I'm like, this story is too cute.
that's so cute. Oh, I love that. That's so cute. Oh my God.
But we are at 10. Hello, everyone. Don't mind our side tangent of oranges and random hats.
Yes. That's so us.
I hope everyone's amazing. So, who kicked it off last time? I can't remember.
I think me.
All right, I'll go first.
Cool.
But welcome to Zodiac Weeklies. If there's anyone that's not in here that you think might like to be in here, if you could send it to them, that would be slay, boots down, Katrina,
Yeah.
Katrina.
Katrina. Ready. Thanks.
But thanks for the gifts, everyone. That's amazing. Guess what? Amazing? Is that amazing? I'm assuming that's a good thing, right? It feels like a good thing. Yes. Okay, good.
Hell
I
yeah.
was just about like, yay! And
I'm so happy, Boo
that is so
Twaddle.
cool. That's me. That's how I feel like I'm in the astral. I'm just like this dear lady.
Yes, I love that.
All right, back to point of call. All right, Spirit, what element first? I have a feeling it's going to be water because it's raining. We have floods here, flash flooding.
Oh
It's going to be water.
that was so fun. Thanks, Brandy.
Oh no, me cat. And I'm trapped in me chair. There we are. I'm in me mum's chair. Vroom, vroom. Oh, wait, that's not water, that's air. Oh, but it looks like water. And then I split on water and threw out half the deck. Anyway, let's ground. Take a deep breath, everyone. All right, let's rock and rumble. So we're doing air first. All right, Spirit, general messages, clarity, and guidance for the Air Collective for the week ahead, please and thank you. I feel like this week's going to be delicate for everyone considering what's going on in the world. I think it's going to be pretty much just focus on your... Don't forget to take breaks, I feel is the energy this week. Especially after eclipse season just finishing.
Oh my God, yeah.
I think we all just need to remember that we're still humans trying to exist in a world that wasn't built for humans but machines. And the cards are like not saying much because that's, I feel like I'm saying exactly what they want to say.
Totally.
Ace of
Right.
All right, well, they sent out the Ace of Wands. I think that just confirms what I was saying. So for Air Collective, underneath we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, which is, again, to me, that kind of like turn to community. in times like these. It feels like that. I think that's probably what they wanted clarification on. So I was like on the right path, but with the Four of Pentacles coming out in reverse, it's that don't shut yourself off from community when you turn off the TV for a moment. Like, it's good to stay aware, it's good to stay present, and it's good to have rage and feel injustice, because those can be really inspiring emotions. However, there does come a time where it does more harm than good to you and your nervous system, and turn to community in those times. And we have the Emperor on the bottom, which I think is very fitting as well, because that is very much an action card. So I have this feeling that it's almost like turn to community, come up with game plans, things like that. Accord. We have the Three of Cups coming out as well, which is obviously brunch with the gals. So make time for that this week. Yeah, community is going to be a big focus for Air Collective this week, and I think a lot of us in general as well. Yeah, don't go alone, and if you're feeling any type of way, make sure to communicate, not just intellectualize your feelings. Yeah.
Wait, I would never. Never done that in my life.
And let's get into it. Kicking it off with Aquarius. All right, Spirit, what do my Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars collective need to know for the week ahead, please, and thank you. And one more. Thank you. Ooh, I love that. Magician, Justice, and the Ace of Wands again. And you know what's funny? While I was shuffling, I was thinking, I don't know where I heard it, but I swear I've heard before that Aquarius is connected with Abrahamic religions in some way, shape, or form, like the downfall of them, or like, yeah, I can't remember where I heard that before, but somehow it's connected with Abrahamic religions, and it just feels like that's very kind of much the energy that's coming out with these cards, is that it's that reminder that yes, we are all kind of, what's the words that I'm looking for, at the mercy of cosmic law and order, and what the cosmos decides is ultimately what's going to happen. However, Aquarius, this week, don't forget your power, and that's kind of that Magician and Ace of Wands energy. New beginnings ahead. This could also denote career. I would also take this as a sign to potentially look at delving into like money magic, or some type of road opener or something like that, to help you clear out some blockages, clear out some energy, and just fuck around and find out. That's the kind of energy that Ace of Wands, the Magician, is giving, is fuck around and find out. You are in a very good place, even if it doesn't feel like it. Ultimately, things are looking up. They're looking positive. There's a lot of energy there. But whoop, we're doing good. How are you, Cheeky? Let's get into it. I'm really liking that energy for Aquarius, Brandy. That slaps. Go Twirtle. You're on a cruise. Way to rub it in. Actually, I'm not really jealous, because I'd get seasick the whole time. So I'm glad you're having fun, though. I'm so glad you're having fun.
Cruise is not in my future for the same reason. I'd just be
off
the planet on meds.
I'd need a permanent, like, resident janitor.
Literally.
What? Sent you two farts. Can we organize a babysitter? See, Brandy, I feel like that would just result in everyone having syphilis. But anyway, back to reading. Gemini, you're up now. Okay, Spirit, what do my Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars collective need to know for the week ahead, please, and thank you. awesome. Ouch. Okay, Gemini, we have, oh, but that's actually really sweet. Okay, so near past, we have King of Wands in reverse, which is that false sense of confidence, that kind of that mask that we put on to make ourselves or others think that we're okay when we're really quite not. It's that bravado that I'm here, but really I'm bipolar and I'm not doing well. That's that kind of energy. And to me, that's kind of reiterated with the Three of Swords energy. However, the Three of Swords is upright in this, which tells me that there is that recognition within self that we are actually hurting. And once you recognize the thing, you're able to actually work on it and heal it. When you give it a name, when you face it in the dark, however is safe for you to do so, it makes it hold less power and enables you to have a step forward. And that's exactly what the future is looking like. We have the Star card here, which I treasure. Oh no, that's Temperance, sorry, which is still healing. It's not that hope aspect, but it's that inner strength with the Temperance card. I always see Temperance as this energy that enables you to choose you authentically and unapologetically. But to be able to choose you, first you have to know who you are. And that's where that Three of Swords energy comes in. We often understand who we are when we do go through pain and understand our emotions and things like that. So on the bottom, we have Six of Pentacles upright as well, which is a really nice energy. I love the Six of Pentacles. It's that making sure that what you put into other things is what you gain in return, making sure that things are balanced. Yes, there is nuance to that when it comes to relationships and things like that. They're not always going to be 50-50, but you do need to make sure that overall, the energy that you're pouring into something is feeding you just as the same back overall. And this is Gemini, yeah. But that is Gemini. Moving on to Libra. My sanitary products.
We love hygiene.
We do love hygiene. Libra is a sanitary product here for American people, if you don't know. All right, Spirit. What do my Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars collective need to know for the week ahead, please and thank you? Ooh, Libra. Senate energy. Girl, you going through, I don't even know how to put this other than like some deep transformative experience. Either understanding deeper aspects of your soul. This could be a spiritual journey. This could be some type of discovery of self, not turning away from the things that you taught were bad within yourself. But we have the Judgment card coming out with the moon with Ace of Wands as center energy, which tells me that you're ready to tackle on these shadows head on and just like experience life to the fullest. It's almost like that feeling of when you step into a new relationship after being hurt previously for so long. You're like, fuck it, I deserve happiness. And it's that realization that if you deserve happiness, you have to put yourself out there. So that's the kind of vibe that it's giving. That, yeah, just ready to relinquish the chains that have bound you and held you back. But that is Libra collective. I think that that energy, especially with that moon, is going to be uncomfortable, but with the Ace of Wands, it's worth it. And it's the beginning of something beautiful for yourself to explore. But overall, I just want to pull one card for Libra collective. Okay, Spirit, what do my, not Libra collective, Air collective. Spirit, what do my Air collective need to know? Thank you. Guidance. You are divinely guided. I love that. I want one card though. What are we being guided on? What is Air Collective being guided on? Six of Wands in reverse. Divine guidance on that with the moon on the bottom. Ultimately, it definitely feels like a journey. Who are you without the masks? And that establishing of reconnection to that inner feeling, that inner light that we have inside, that spark that enables us to make decisions, not necessarily with tarot or spirit or anything like that, but that inner knowing that we all have within us, that intuition feels like a reconnection to that, less of up here and more in here. But I love that for Air Collective. And that's everyone. Over to you.
Beautiful. Earth, you're up next, cuties. Earth Collective, I have overall the stand, courage, determination, and fearlessness alongside Five of Swords. It feels like we're putting a lot of effort into something that we maybe shouldn't this week. Putting a lot of energy and work, and it feels maybe good in the moment, but kind of in hindsight, it's like, is that really worth my energy? Something to just be mindful of in the week ahead. That said, we have beloved, love, reciprocity, and entwinement alongside Four of Pentacles, which in this case, Four of Pentacles feels really secure. It feels like a strong bed to rest. It feels like a foundation that is comforted by family, community, friends, those kinds of peoples in your life who make you feel supported. And to just remember that you have those supports in place no matter kind of what is happening in the world. And this kind of, it's going to probably come up for everybody, this sense of like, we have some strong foundations in who we love and care about, despite the shit of the world. And then interestingly, we also have heart, emotional awakening, intuition, following your heart alongside Queen of Swords. It feels like there might be a bit of a like spiritual or emotional moment this week that kind of feels like a bit of a like an aha moment, a bit of a not like awakening, and it doesn't feel big, it feels kind of like, oh shit, like something has connected, and kind of makes sense this week when it comes to the emotional sphere. There might be like in how you communicate with loved ones, since the sword suit is so much about communication, and how you kind of delineate kind of boundaries and security and how you articulate security. I think it's important that in this kind of feeling of, you know, you are supported by friends and family, how do you vocalize that to others, that you are that foundation for somebody else? How can you make somebody else feel really secure in your friendship, your love, your familial relations, whatever it is? And how you can vocalize that this week so they know you've got them. So maybe, yeah, extend that this week so they have that sense of security, and then you will probably feel that reciprocated in some way, like, hey, I got you too, if you ever need a rant, if you ever, you know, those types of things. So allow yourself to feel that security this week, but also give it this week. Absolutely do that. Alrighty. Nope, I usually start with this one. Amazing. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars collective for the week ahead. Cute. I'm drawn to the Death Doula Oracle. So lots of releasing, which feels in line with whatever the fuck that eclipse season was. Because that was fucking crazy, dudes. That, wow.
Felt like the house was on fire and we were just like, the whole time, like, this is fine.
Really that meme. Like, it's just... I'm usually not that affected by eclipses, but this one fucking got me. It was... Maybe it just, everything was in retrograde and like, well, not everything, right. But you know, a lot. Enough.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
It's a lot. And like, I'm ruled by Mercury, so I'm always a bit fucked, you know, but it's like, come on now.
Rude. A bit rude.
Bit rude. Oh my goodness. All right. Cool. Taurus Collective, overarching cards, I have Creatress, which is such this like cunty, like very like magician meets the empress like person. Very like, yeah, absolutely. Like,
It's giving Chris Angel.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's so like magical and powerful, but like that's definitely just like a simmer pot, you know what I mean? Like it's so like, but they're like in it. They are in it. And I love that. Yeah, Katrina, right. Alongside Surrender and Rebellion. It really feels like having a little bit of a party this week in a like trying to get into your body type week. I think, I mean, Taurus, we are embodied, but in a way that's almost like I feel supported by a home, but not in my body. Does that make sense? I feel like Tauruses, we love to really see the tangible security, but we don't always feel it just in our body. It's an external sense of security. And I think this week we need to turn to the flesh, to the embodiment, and however that looks to you, it might be just having some kind of release in the body. That can be going out for a dance, that can be going for a hike, that could be exercise, that could be doing the do, you know, there's a lot of ways one can be embodied. But I think it's really about that. And I think Rebellion really kind of leans on like find something outside of the mundane to feel that embodiment. Try and actively carve out that time. I say this also Knight of Wands as the challenge. That's like so teenager, so balls to the walls. I'm going to have some fun. So go do that. 8 of Cups is the way through. I think it's also Surrender leans into concepts of release. Yeah, like fuck yeah, I'm out here. And I think whatever's falling apart, whatever the eclipse brought to light for you, that is not fucking working anymore, you actually got to cut it now. I know you want to make it work, babe. Right there with you, my Taurus sun. I know we want to fix it, but we can't always. Okay, we can't. And 6 of Pentacles, putting too much into it, all right? It's not reciprocating. What is that? How do we release? You got to release, get into your body. That's the message, Taurus Collective. Slay. Alrighty, kitties. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars Collective. Yeah, literally, get it. Right. Virgos. Tonal shift. Energy shift. I don't know why I called it a tonal shift, but less fun. I'll try my best. No promises. Right. Sure. For collective your overarching cards, I have Forgiveness alongside Grace. With Drama in reverse. And the challenge is 7 of Swords.
That is the worst ever. So what? I have to take the high road? Someone's speaking some shit, and I'm so sorry, but you have to take the high road. And that sucks. Fuck that. I demand a redo. Don't do that to my Mars.
This is such a clear, concise message. It's like, you're gonna have to take the high road, even though they're being a shit. And that's so annoying, yeah. 2 of Cups is the way through, right? Okay. I'm sorry, friends. You're just gonna have to take it in stride, take it with grace, take the high road. All those turns of phrases you can think of, that's the one. And it's just ultimately like filling your cup and filling others' cups, and like the concept of like energy exchange and stuff. This is so not fucking worth it. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like this is the hill to die on, because they are wrong. But ultimately, this is so not worth it. And it's time to like completely pivot. Like, this is just find another person to talk to engage with. Gonna have to take the high road. I'm sorry. Page of Wands is the bonus. It feels like if you can't beat it, join it. Like, it feels like there's a clashing of ideas and you can't convince them. And there are some ideologies and ways of seeing and ways of being that are so rooted in somebody's sense of self that it can't be changed. Some things, like, it can't be changed with an inclusivity training at work if somebody's deeply rooted in the alt-right pipeline. You know what I mean? There's like those things, it's not going to happen, right? Because it's embedded in a sense of self. Your ideas are sweeter than that. They're worthy of more kindness and love, and worthy of people to kind of be curious of them. And if they're not curious of understanding you, you're not going to get anywhere. So we just gotta cut the losses, okay? Take the high road. I'm sorry they're being a shit.
I vote that the last thing that you say to this person, whoever it is you're the reason why the Dunning-Kruger effect exists, and then walk away.
Absolutely.
And they'll be like,
huh? What's that? Who's that? Sorry, Virgos, I know that fucking sucks.
oh,
I was just pulling it and I was like,
road. When do I get to be petty? When?
Yeah.
When's my time?
And I feel like Virgos deserve a little petty. They're always on it, you know? And like, I feel like you deserve a little bit of petty as a treat, but this isn't the time.
Yeah. So the Dunning-Kruger effect is this study where it pretty much proved it was a small batch size, about 500 students, but pretty much what they gained from that was that the more stupid you are, the more confident you are. And that intelligent people actually lack confidence.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty, Capricorns, my Capricorns, my Capsicums. You're up next, my friends. It is a good one. All right, Capricorn. We're feeling a bit stuck. We have our overarching card, teaching, with ritual and inspiration in reverse. And the Chariot as the challenge. It feels like stuckness, but stuckness in a way that feels familiar. You're like, actually, I think I can approach this. It's a stuckness that isn't like, there's no way out. It's like, I've just got to take the steps that I've learned. I've got to implement the steps I've learned, which is really refreshing and quite nice. I said this also with the Nine of Cups. It's like, no, I've done this before. I've gotten through this before and I can do it. And here's the suggestion. Ritual, I think, very much like not necessarily like a road opener, more of a like, clearing blockages, like rather than like bringing the stuff to me, let's get rid of the roadblocks.
I literally just had a bath before we got on live for that purpose.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I think we gotta, do a blockage removal, a banishment of just ugh, and then the paths are fine. There's just like the I don't know, the trees have fallen and they're blocking the path and making it hard. So let's just do some of that cleansing and refreshing. And I think we're gonna get back to it. Like 10 of Cups is the bonus. It feels like this inspiration in reverse just feels kind of like if we just get a cleanse, we can bring that back. You can do this. You've done this before. You can do it again and just implement that sense of like, yeah, you can create that space, do that clearing, and you'll be all right. For some people, that might be like some lemon slices and salt. For others, it'll be a bath. For some, it might be a simmer pots. For some, it might be a full like candle ritual. Whatever kind of feels good. Lots of lemons and salt is what is often used. Some cloves, some star anise, black peppercorns. Clean that shit up. But it needs to be kind of focused, these types of rituals, not just like get rid of everything. It's just like we're getting rid of blockages, right? That's the vibe. That's the vibe for you, my friends. And that's Earth Collective. Over to you.
Amazing. No, that bath was so good.
Yes.
It definitely feels rejuvenating.
Yay.
Definitely some shit had to get cleared out.
100%. I think that's my goal for tomorrow, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we're doing water.
Water.
Water. All right.
Thank you. It's my fave.
It's the day of the mug.
The day of the mug. It's
We
so
should create a national mug day just for us.
yes.
A festival, a proper Greek festival for the mug.
No, that's actually no. I can see that 100%. Like all the
Right?
people, all the potters come together, and they just create a beautiful mug for Mug Day.
Right?
And all the people with their collections of mugs can just show them off on TikTok.
I think that's actually a really sweet idea.
That's so cute. Let's make our own just for us.
Right?
Why
We would
not?
have to. I feel like we need it twice a year. One for like around Yule, and then one for like spring.
Yes, I love that. That's cute as fuck.
All
I
right.
think that's so much.
Spirit, general messages, clarity, and guidance for the Water Collective for the week ahead, please, and thank you. Okay. Water, there's a lot of themes here of a sense of feeling of injustice, a sense of wallowing in that injustice, and then that kind of willful, I will burn your entire house down and dance in the ashes. And now it's time to let go.
Right.
Now it's time to let go, okay? There's only so much that you can gain from this. You've gained it. Now it's time to let go, surrender, walk away before it consumes you further. And that is the advice. And what I got from that was Center Energy, Page of Swords, with the Five of Cups. On one side, I have Justice in reverse, and on the other side, Nine of Cups in reverse, just so you can understand where I'm coming from. But ultimately, time to surrender and let go, Water Collective. Now, let's kick it off the bat with Cancer. Okay, Spirit, what do my Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars Collective need to know for the week ahead, please, and thank you. Okay, and Cancer, I think that first reading was particularly good for the Cancers, that overall, because previous energy we have as the Five of Wands, which is very combative energy. It's argumentative, it's competition, it's people sharing ideas and their perspectives aggressively, but with the knowledge that no one is really at a place where they're able to listen and actually engage in effective communication. And the sixth center energy is the Six of Wands in reverse, which brings us back to that Five of Wands energy, which tells me that this is kind of like an ongoing energy that is not the best. It does, you do need to let it go. And I think that letting go aspect is kind of highlighted by getting stuck on the Wheel of Fortune, which is that it's almost by engaging in this combative nature, engaging in the pain, the anger, the resentment, and perpetuating those cycles, giving them more energy, is actually preventing you from moving forward with your life in a more pleasing and beneficial way for you personally. But ultimately, once you do let those things go, we have the actual Star card, not Temperance, and I adore this card. It's you feeding into yourself, just both spiritually, emotionally, whilst also feeding into yourself practically, because both are important, especially as a water sign and as an earth sign. Water's quite, I guess, traditionally less practical and very in their feels very intuitive, very psychically inclined, and needs that grounding aspect of earth. So just making sure that you're taking deep breaths before engaging in conversations, and making sure that you allow space for that guiding light to come in, that sense of hope. I mean, if it feels right in your gut, listen to me. But I love the Star card. The Star card is one of my favorite lately. Actually brings like that little, I don't know, it's just pure hope to me, the Star card. It doesn't feel like anything else other than pure hope, and that is such a beautiful energy to have. It's raw and it's vulnerable, but it is such a beautiful overall energy. All right, so Pisces. No, we're doing Scorpios. All right, Scorpio. What do my Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars collective need for the week ahead, please? And thank you. Scorpio, where are you giving your power away? Okay, it feels like, so previous energy, we have Four of Cups energy, which is that missing something that's been right in front of you. And this can lead to a sense of restlessness, a sense of discontent, yearning, discomfort, fear, and anxiety as well, when we feel like we've missed an opportunity that was right in front of our faces, or we feel like we've missed a sign that was right in front of our faces. So like an example of this could be your friends or in a relationship with someone that's portrayed themselves to be one way, but you look back and it's like, that motherfucker wasn't like that shit at all. So it's kind of that kind of vibe. Center energy, we have Justice as well as the Magician coming out, but the Magician's in reverse, which tells me that you are giving your power away. Having it coupled with Justice, though, is this beautiful energy. It's almost like a gift from the universe to be like, all right, bitch, here's your opportunity again in a different way. Now it's time to take a leap of faith on yourself to achieve something that you actually want. Because whenever I get, well, not whenever, but typically when I get a reversal card, it brings me back to the card before, and that is the Fool. And so it's almost like this rebalancing of the scales from that Four of Cups is to take a risk on yourself, take a leap of faith on yourself, be that with a new goal, redecorating the home, going out with friends that you haven't seen in ages, or making new friends. All of those are beautiful ways to take a risk on yourself, to get back out there and try again. Now, leading up to the end of the week, we have the Nine of Cups. So whatever emotional turmoil, big, small, that you're feeling currently, I would say that it's going to subside pretty quickly with that Nine of Cups energy. And I think that you'll feel quite emotionally stable towards the end of the week and feel, I almost have this feeling of you'll feel proud of yourself for how you have navigated the situation. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens at all. All right, Pisces. You don't have to toss a coin to the witches. No problem. All right, Spirit. What do my Pisces Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars collective need to know for the week ahead, please, and thank you. Okay. You know, this is a very similar reading to the Scorpio reading. We have Seven of Cups in reverse in the center energy, and then we have Justice in reverse on the other side. So unlike that missed opportunity and kind of the universe gifting you an opportunity to make amends for yourself, that internal making amends, this almost feels like there's too many options on the table, and it's that, which one do I choose? Where do I go? This could be like a very distracted energy with the Seven of Cups. It could be not knowing where to put your feet, very unstable energy as well. And honestly, I'm not surprised, because we're still in the shadow period of the eclipse and Mercury retrograde in Pisces as well, which is very destabilizing, chaotic energy. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's all of these things that would previously like destabilize you, coming back as almost like a cycle to, I don't know, rear their head to prove to yourself whether you've grown up or you haven't grown up or whatever. Justice in reverse, I'm getting this pull to take it back to the Wheel of Fortune, which the Wheel of Fortune has come out as well. And that's what's pulling me to believe that it's kind of like all of these past things being brought back up for you to see how far you've grown, for you to see how far you've actually traveled in your journey. I just want to pull one more card. And they gave me two. I love that I'm talking about past things coming out and the Six of Cups flies out. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's past things being brought up and you're having to work on them one by one. Seven of Pentacles coming out as well tells me that despite it feeling like a never-ending task, and despite it feeling like, is this even fucking worth it? It is. It really is worth it. Small efforts practically ultimately make a huge difference. But that is the Pisces collective, and I want to pull one card for the Water collective to sign it off. All right, Spirit, what do my Water collective need to know for the week ahead? Remember who you are. Return to your roots. I love that. Don't let no fuck ass tell you who you are. You know who you are. Don't make no fuck ass make you doubt who you are. Even if it's that little voice inside your head, negative Nancy living up there, tell them to get bent. And look, Ten of Swords coming out in reverse tells me that it is negative Nancy that is going to play some tricks on you this week, my Water collective, but return to your roots. You know who you are. Tell them to get bent. Suck or walk, bitch. Suck or walk.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Amazing. Fire Collective. I was like very expressive pulling your cards because I was so intrigued. Because I called Conjurer, Higher Self, Fertility, Creativity, and then Trinity, Balancing Decisions, Priorities, Adapting to Change, and Apprentice, Higher Education, Beliefs, Wisdom. And I was like, oh, slay, we love that. And then the additional cards I got for Tarot totally threw a total spanner in the works. So with Conjurer, Higher Self, Fertility, and Creativity was alongside Seven of Swords. I pulled a little additional context for me, which was submission. And if you see the imagery, there is a bird in a cage. The door is open, but they're still trapped. It's giving like, have you forgotten how much of a bad bitch you are? It's like this kind of like, oh, woe is me, everything's awful. But it's like, it reminds me of that audio that's like, you're a witch, go do some spells and shit. Like, if things suck, like, fucking go out and fix it. Like, you have that power. It feels very that. It feels like we're kind of like lying to ourselves and like just creating this like sense of entrapment when you have the skills to free yourself from the cage. The door is open, you just gotta fucking get out of there. So that's that. And I think we're getting these feelings because Trinity, Balancing Decisions, Priorities, alongside Wheel of Fortune, these is the same message, just different fonts. Both are about adapting to change and the trickiness that is adapting to change. Usually fire signs aren't too bad at adapting to change because they will, enliven and brighten up and then burn out and then do that all over again. But it feels like it's not a change within the self. It's like society. And it's like when they make a change, I can't handle it. I can make changes. You can't make changes because then I don't know how to deal with it because I didn't make the change. Fair enough, bestie. But there is this, again, that conjurer energy of like, you can fix it. An apprentice alongside Ten of Swords, bestie. It's like, aren't we all just a student of life? We can't be the best at everything, but we can sure as hell give it a fucking shot, If you have anything, it's the gay audacity just to give it a go and try your best. Be prepared to fail. And my cat is throwing up on the carpet behind me, so that's like a cat will like clean itself, create a furball, it creates its own problem. You know what I mean? It's like you're creating your own problem. So, muse confirmation of fire signs creating your own problem. There's also quarrel with this one, which is interesting. It feels like it's okay to feel shitty and to feel that and to, be a student of the hard times, right? And learning from it, but know that you have the skills to get over it. That's really fucking funny. That's just... And it's always, I have floorboards, but she always pukes on the 2 rugs. So, because she's just a queen like that. Fire signs, it's feeling destabilizing and frustrating, but know that you have the power, right? I got the power. I got the power.
It's
all right, Aries, Sun,
fire signs need to activate their bob.
Yeah. Absolutely. No, absolutely. All cats do it. They know. Yeah, the ones in a soft landing. No, literally. Cats are ridiculous. I love her so much, but like, for what? Just eat slower. What are you doing? Let me brush you. Maybe things will be easier. Anyway. Aries. She does let me brush her, but I would like to brush her more. But she lets me know when she's done. I don't know where my soul is. I don't know where my home is. I'm like a bird. What a song. That's what he said. Wow, very Pentacles heavy. Aries Collective. All right, you wanted to come with us. That's fine. All right, Aries Collective. Different for sure. We've got overarching cards, gratitude alongside Sun, with indecision and concentration in reverse. Seven of Cups is the challenge. It feels very ADHD, and that's okay. It's like that instability I kind of spoke about in the overall reading, but it kind of feels like overwhelmed by options and being like, but which do I pick? It's like, but like, what if I pick the wrong one? And all those kinds of things. And I was the call is to turn towards the little things, to find those little moments of gratitude and joy and happiness and those little sparks of kind of sensory inputs that are beautiful and lovely. My cat's now on my chair. The Two of Pentacles is the way through. Really says that you do have this. Yes, kitty! You can balance these things. It is difficult. And these feelings of indecision and lacking concentration, lacking focus are momentary. They will end. And the way through some of those indecisions and trying to find that path through is by kind of remembering what you have. And what brings you joy now that you can kind of cultivate into the future. She just really wants to let you know that she's thrown up on the carpet and is... And Three of Pentacles as the bonus. I think if you're unable to kind of find things to be grateful for and to find those joyous little pleasures of life, then maybe try and figure out, like, ask a friend. Like, when you see me, like, what lights me up? Like, what things do you see in me that I get excited about? I'm trying to stay serious and Muse is being hilarious. I'm really trying to focus, but she's being so silly. I love that so much. But yeah, if you're struggling to see those little joys and find a way through, ask a friend. Yeah, she's probably, usually I'm right on it, but so she's probably a bit confused that I'm changing the routine. But yeah, ask your friend where they see you happiest and see how you can lean into that. Gosh, she's so funny. She's like a parrot on my shoulder. What a goofy gal. Alrighty. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars collective for the week ahead. Maybe she's a fire sign. We don't really know her proper birthday because she's adopted from the shelter. Literally, she's like, I can smell the disgusting puke and you haven't cleaned it up right away. That's crazy. She knows. She's a very clever gal, especially in the spiritual sphere. I've not had somebody who's like psychic inclined always notice my cat, even if they don't know I have a cat. She's very, very spiritual, very present. So she's very attuned. Yeah, I love a witchy question. The word. What, when there was a lot of fire and my candelabra broke? Yeah, that's, you know. Look, the roads were open. Yuri made this suggestion that I should do like a Muse reading for like a couple bucks on my site where like Muse picks a card and I'll give you like a 200-word reading. I think that would be really fun for a couple bucks.
I think it would be great. And
yeah,
buy me a fish.
Yeah,
But don't
buy me a fish. Yes. Oh, totally. Buy me creamy tuna treats.
Exactly.
Yo, I'll absolutely do that. It'd be so fun. Muse loves watching fire. I feel like a lot of cats love watching fire. There's something about it. They're just like, ooh, maybe I'll burn my whiskers. Like, even though they know that's a terrible idea.
I wonder if it's the tie to the underworld.
Yeah,
They're just
for
like,
sure. There's like, Bast, is that you? Like, yeah. Really? That's interesting. Okay, Leos. Really awesome cards, Leos. I have communication alongside growth and health. It feels like a week of, I think, rest. It's a week of recuperating your health. This reminds me of what I was talking about before with me, where I was like, I'm coming out of a flare up, and then I just went full speed ahead instead of easing into it. Please ease into it. Don't do as I say, not as I do. Ease into kind of regaining a sense of health. Can also be like with growth and communication here. Health might not necessarily mean physical. It might mean like having healthy communication with your partner. It might mean having a healthy relationship to change, right? Some kind of like trying to witness it, like see that you're doing something healthy and recognize it and acknowledge it and kind of integrate it in a way that's kind of honoring other people and yourself. Four of Wands as the challenge. I feel like it's, yeah, like how do I pull it into a sense of this is a part of my experience of life. This is a part of my foundations when it comes to my ideals, right? But the Nine of Wands is the way through is also why I mentioned please ease into it. It's always a warning of burnout, Nine of Wands. It says you have just enough. And if you don't push too hard, you won't get into the Ten of Wands. You can just while you have a little bit of wax left, preserve it, please. And Queen of Wands is very communicative. It's like, I am who I am. Like, and that could be like accepting feeling ill. That could be accepting seeing growth. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a sense of self and really understanding who you are this week, which is really cool. Understand who you are, understand what your energy is, where it's going and why, and how you can do that to best honor a sense of health, of self, of family, of partners, of friends, all those kinds of things. Yeah, a really positive week. Just don't push yourself too hard and make sure to set those boundaries. And just kind of be like, hey, hell yeah, I did that thing. And I said no to that thing, and that's really great, and that's really healthy. Alrighty, Saggies! Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars collective. That's now stuck in my head. Oh, like a bird. Sure. Interesting. I'm going to be Googling that later, you best believe. Wasn't there a witchy question before, or maybe I missed it. Hang on, I'm going to scroll up.
I got distracted wrestling with a sticker. I swear I tried all the corners and none of them were peeling.
Always the way. If someone had a question, I've missed it. Could you please resend it? Happy to answer questions, but we were all talking about my cat. I don't know if I call my cat my familiar, mostly because she's alive, and usually familiars are not. Usually they're spirits. But like maybe. I feel like she does play that role in a lot of ways. Yeah, but I can't like send her out the same way you could a familiar, if that makes sense. because she is here physically. She can't go and retrieve stuff. That's not a bad idea, Quack. I'm like the master of getting stickers. Oh, besties, I hate this for you, Saggies. I hate seeing the sun in the challenge slot on my spread because it makes me sad and upset. It's like the challenge being happiness. I'm sorry, that sucks. Our overarching card, I have Teaching and Destiny alongside Disruption and Empathy. Yeah, I think there's this idea that, familiars are, I mean, in a traditional sense, they are usually animals who are past. They're not, living. And I think it's a real, like, TikTokification of witchcraft that has gone like, this is my familiar. And typically it'll go that, like, familiars choose you rather than the other way around. It's a whole thing. It has, sorry friend, we're on our very last sign, which is Sagittarius. Disruption in this deck isn't disruption in an external sense, like disrupting your day-to-day. It's disruption, and it calls on a ritual. One of the rituals it suggests in the deck is to, in the monotony of day-to-day life, kind of switch it up. And one of the suggestions they give is brush your teeth with your non-dominant hand. So it's like disrupt your day-to-day monotony to get back into your body. That's what this means in this deck. And with the sun in that challenge slot, it really feels like we're struggling to find those little pockets of joy, right? And disruption is an encouragement to, if we can remember and feel embodied, feel in our space, in ourselves, we can help break that cycle and break that sense of monotony. So brushing your teeth with your non-dominant hand. Just like if you don't wash your face in the morning, trying to do that. Doing something a little bit different to help break up that cycle, to remember the kind of like fleshy meat sack that we exist in, which helps us reconnect to kind of the joyful senses and sensory world, like feeling warmth, like feeling the cold and the sun on your face and all those kinds of things. The Ten of Swords as your way through is, the beautiful thing about the Ten of Swords is that it bears witness to pain. It says, hey, you're in pain and it's real. I feel like it's a real anti-gaslighter card. It's like, no, you are in pain and you're allowed to be upset about it. And that's really powerful in itself to bear witness to that. With Teaching and Destiny, it feels like this is a moment to, it's a bit shit to be like, we go through hard things and we learn from them. Because like no one deserves to go through hard things. That shit sucks. Doesn't matter that you came out stronger. Who gives a shit? You don't deserve going through hard things. But today, this week is trying to kind of, you see this beautiful card of empathy. There's like a listening ear and there's somebody with their pet, right? Who can pour into you this week and who can offer you that ear? Who can, and that doesn't have to be somebody who can respond, right? Like an animal can offer you a listening ear. You can just rant at your cat, right? And that can be a huge release and something really powerful. Knight of Swords as the bonus, it feels like it's just going to be like, I blinked and the week is over. It's like, oh shit, like it's going to go really fast paced. Try your best to create disruption in that day-to-day monotony to help you feel time moving, to help you feel in your body, and to help you kind of reconnect to that sense of self in a world that can feel really fast-paced and really awful, and it can be hard to find those little pockets of joy. Break that monotony how you can. You got the Sedgies. Love you! All right. That is everyone. Do you want to do a little overarching card?
Let's do it.
Hell yeah. I'm going to do Living Altar. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Quack.
go.
All right, Spirit. One card to sum up the week ahead as an energy and vibe, please, for everyone in the room. Okay, we have King of Swords coming flying out while getting stuck on the King of Wands. And what this tells me is that there's that thinking, that planning, that intellectualizing of action, the plan before the action is put in place. And it's okay if it feels like you can't do anything, because there's going to come a time where you will. So that is my imparted wisdom for the week ahead.
Gorgeous. I have pulled Catalyst, and the guidebook reads, "Don't tell me what I need. I'm already on my way to achieving exactly what it is that I want. My feelings know the truth of their expression. I will not betray them by trying to define them. I will not betray myself by allowing others to define me. My tongue like fire burns through the projections of others that seek to gaslight, misdirect, misrepresent, or otherwise diminish me, including any version of myself committed to the illusion of limitation. My intensity is my catalyst for self-discovery. My passion is fuel, the fuel of my self-love. I dance upon the edges of my identity in order to strengthen my boundaries and dissolve false masks. I will not back down from the truths I speak with confidence, no matter how uncomfortable. I will not be distracted by threat of the great lie called failure. I synthesize all of my experiences into a ritual of radical growth and magical resistance. Nothing can hold me back." This is very those kinds of, a lot of the swords cards both of us pulled. It feels very like you can do a lot. Shit's fucked, but you can do a lot if you choose to actively work with yourself and lean on community, create those foundations, create those networks of communication, of support, of care. Then you can reach a sense of resistance and finding that joy that we cultivate as a community, and we cultivate through the work that is life. Yeah, what a beautiful card.
I love that card.
Me too. I love this deck so much. I really wanted to stock it, but the shipping from America was actually diabolical, and I just, even if I was to break even, that it would be like $100 per deck, and I just don't see, and that would be break even. I wouldn't make anything, and I was like, I don't think I can do that. But
what deck is it?
it's called the Living Altar.
It's pretty.
It's really beautiful. I think you'd love it because it's very elemental.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's so gorgeous. They're lino prints, and yeah, one of my faves. I got mine from the Little Red Tarot shop, which is in the UK. Who stocked it? I don't know if they still do, but great shop. But shipping was a little bit better because it's from the UK.
Yeah.
Still not great, but better. Yeah.
But awesome. Thank you, everyone,
Thanks for coming.
for hanging out. I hope that you will feel emboldened to take on the week ahead. Thanks, Muse, for the commentary of Yak.
Yeah, the Yak commentary, as one says. God, I'm gonna have to clean that up.
But I hope everyone has an amazing week, and bye.
Bye.